Hi guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to, yes, another Fenty Beauty review. I'm sorry. I know, literally everyone and their mum has tried these products out and reviewed them on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of that. I'm really late to the bandwagon, I know. But I thought it's important to show you guys how these products will work out on someone who has very dry, very dusty and crusty skin. So if you would like to achieve this look, just keep on watching. So before I start anything, I'm just going to run you guys through the products that I picked up on the day of the launch. I'll list any pricing and any description of the product on the screen so you guys can see it for reference. So one of the main things I wanted to purchase from this collection was the foundation. The fact that there was 40 shades in her first launch I thought was amazing. The fact that she catered for every skin tone, which is something that a lot of brands should be doing but sadly don't. So the first thing I picked up was, of course, the Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Foundation, and I'm in the colour 400, and that was £26. So the next thing I picked up was the Matchstick Trio in Tan 300, and in this contains Caramel, which is a highlighting colour, Truffle, which is I guess a contour colour, and Rum, which is a shimmery highlight. If you didn't know, the Matchstick Trios, the matchsticks are magnetic. Definitely feel like this is probably better value to purchase like 3 in one go. I guess saying that, I also picked up 2 more matchsticks. So I picked up Cinnamon, which is a shimmery highlight, really lovely on the skin, and then Latte, which is a concealer. So I'll put a comparison of what Caramel and Latte looks like. I definitely feel like Latte for me is a lot more to my skin tone and is kind of the colour that I would usually go for, whereas Caramel is slightly lighter for me. I could possibly still wear it as like a brightening concealer, but for day to day I usually opt for colours like Latte because it's just a lot more natural on my skin. That just was, oh, the lighting has changed. So the matchstick in Latte and Cinnamon were both £21 each, and the trio set was £46. I definitely would recommend purchasing the trio set before you go into purchasing any like single ones, because it is better value, I would say. But I bought Latte because I felt that Latte was better suited for my skin tone, but obviously it all kind of depends on your skin tone and what you prefer. One of the good things about these matchsticks are that you can mix and match, and the fact that they all kind of like sit in really well together is so good. I love that it's magnetic. Anything magnetic, holographic, shiny. Yeah. Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb was £16. So yeah, let's just get started. So please excuse my hair, I've just washed it, I'm trying to get my life together. Please excuse the hair. So I've already cleansed and moisturised my skin. I'll leave any products that I use or anything that I missed out in the description box below. I didn't actually pick up the Fenty Beauty primer, the Pro Finish primer. I don't actually use a primer day to day. I know this is going to be really like, the doesn't use primer, what's wrong with her? Yeah, I don't know, I just feel like a well primed base really includes like a really moisturised, hydrated base. I could be wrong, I don't know, I could be so wrong, but yeah, if you have any primers you can recommend me, definitely let me know. I might go back for the primer, I'm not too sure. But however, I'm going to be using I actually recently got this, going to be using the Glossier Priming moisturizer. I've heard some really good things about this, so I'm going to give this a go. It feels really nice on the skin, it feels really lightweight, and it doesn't have a smell to it, which I like. So I've just moved it in a little bit closer. The lighting might go in and out, so I'm really sorry. That priming moisturizer is really nice. It's not too thick, so it's quite nice for applying it before you apply any kind of makeup, and it doesn't have a smell, which is good. Oh, and it's cruelty free, which is good. So I'm going to really enjoy using this. I've actually been wearing this foundation for a few days now. I really wanted to give it a good go before I kind of came on here and told you guys like, I guess, my opinion about it. Again, I'm just going to correct any darkness I have on my face. I always do this before I put on any foundation or any makeup. And I'm using the Bobbi Brown corrector in Very Deep Bisque. It is well loved. And I'm just going in using that with a sponge. I'm really sorry if lighting goes in and out. I'm still trying to figure out like the best way to film. My lighting has changed like 7 times in the past few minutes. It's just instantly kind of brightened and evened out my skin tone, which is something that I always do. and any product left on the sponge I apply on my lids. I've already done my eyebrow. She doesn't obviously have any brow products yet, but I use the Foolproof Brow Powder by Benefit. I'll insert any images or any swatches here, or maybe here, we'll see. So I'm just going to start off with my foundation. So usually when I look for a foundation, I always look for a very moisturizing and hydrating and dewy foundation. I have very dry, dusty, crusty, flaky skin. Buying a matte foundation, I thought, is this going to work for me? How am I going to apply it? What's it going to look like on my dry patches? All of that. I thought of all of those things. If you are someone who have dry skin, these are all the things that you think about. Let me tell you guys about the foundation drama that I have. The one I'm currently using now is 400. So I've been wearing this foundation for a while now, and the best way I found to apply it for my skin type is using a sponge, but for the sake of this video I'm going to do it in two ways. So applying one side using a sponge and then on the other side using a brush, just so you guys can see different ways of how to apply this foundation. So I would usually use like 1 or 2 pumps, and that's what it looks like. It is very runny, if you guys can see. So it is a medium to full coverage foundation, which I would definitely agree is very buildable. So let me just tell you really quickly about the foundation drama that I had. So I don't know how I did it. On the day of the launch I was very ill, and I don't know how I took my ass all the way to Knightsbridge. I didn't line up, which I was really lucky. I was surprised I didn't actually. I just kind of walked right in and I got served immediately. So on the day of the launch I was tested in between 2 shades. Now for me, I personally prefer to match the darker areas of my face, because I feel like my face, no, I don't feel like my face is a lot lighter than the rest like of my body. I mean, when I first got tested on Friday, the day of the launch, I was tested in between the shades 370 and 380. I always try to match the darker areas of my face. My face is a lot lighter than my body. I opted for the darker shade, which was 380, as opposed to trying to match the lighter areas. That was working there. So I got her to apply the 380 all over my skin so I could see how it would look like and how it would last. I basically wore it for the whole day. I felt like over time it started to look grey on me. I thought, but I picked up the darker colour, why is this looking grey? It started to look grey in areas that I didn't expect it to go grey. Initially I thought because I have darkness and I maybe didn't correct, that's why it looks grey, but it started to look grey on my cheeks, which I never go grey. And I thought, okay, this is obviously not my colour. So I also looked online just to see the way that they describe that shade, and not realising that I picked up a cool tone foundation. I mean, I always go for like a warm tone foundation because it just looks a lot brighter and healthier on my skin. And then I went back the following day. I'm using a Real Techniques foundation expert face foundation brush on the other side. I think a lot of people didn't know about Harvey Nichols that you can't actually return anything that you purchase, I guess beauty wise, from Harvey Nichols if you use it. So I thought, okay, no, instead of using this, go back and get tested again. I just really wanted to be sure about the foundation colour that I got. I feel like this camera is making me look orange, but I promise you guys, like, if you see this in real life, this is my colour. It matches, like, it matches so well. Be sure that I picked up the right colour foundation, because I thought 380 looked good initially. I'll insert any pictures. It looked good initially, but then it started to look grey and I thought, okay, no, this is not my colour. I went back, I got tested in between 370, 380, 390, and I was literally going back and forth to the counter and then running outside to see if the colour matched well in natural lighting. And I would definitely recommend you guys to do that if you are looking to buy the Fenty foundation or just any foundation in general. Get tested, go outside, take photos on your phone, see what it looks like, and also take the mirror, because obviously store lighting is completely different to what you'll see in natural daylight. So I would definitely recommend doing that. 400, probably the best one for me because it suited my skin. Like overall, it just looks a lot more brighter on my skin tone. That's something that I always try to look for. If the foundation looks quite dull, and it just won't work for me. Anyways, so this is what the foundation looks like with one pump on each side. You can still see, I guess, like the marks that I have on my skin, which I'm not too fussed about really, like especially for day to day. I'm I'm not too bothered. As long as it looks even, then I'm happy. So it feels very comfortable. Now I was a bit worried when I first purchased a matte foundation. Like when I first purchased it, as it is matte and I have very dry skin, I didn't know how it was going to work, and it doesn't feel tight, which is something that I have experienced before in some matte foundations that I have owned previously. But it just feels comfortable. It doesn't feel tight, it doesn't feel dry. So if you are someone with dry skin, I would definitely recommend just really prepping your skin and really moisturizing your skin for any kind of matte foundations, concealers, just in general. But yeah, that's what it looks like. I really like it. I like the colour. It matches the rest of my body. I don't know if the camera is picking up what it looks like in real life, but it's comfortable and yeah, I like it. Okay, so now moving on to concealer. Now that I've got my foundation on, I'm going to use Latte in the matchsticks. I love that they're magnetic. And just generally, I guess it's like the design side of it. General magnetic packaging costs a lot of money to make, so I know that she put her I'm going to stop doing that because that's a bit annoying. So again, I'm just going to apply it in two ways just so you guys can see. Beauty blender and the other just using my fingers, and we'll go from there. I'm going to use Latte first and then maybe caramel on top. Latte is the kind of shade that I will always look for in a concealer, and then caramel is just slightly lighter for me, but we'll use both just for the sake of the video. So I would definitely describe this as a full coverage foundation. You don't need a lot. I probably applied a bit too much today, but you only really need like one swipe or maybe two, depending on how much you want to put concealer on. Yeah, and it just blends in really nicely with using a beauty blender. And I don't know if you guys can see the difference, but Latte's definitely the colour that I would always go for. If you use Caramel in the NARS Creamy Concealer or the LA Pro Concealer in Fawn, in terms of the shade, I would definitely compare them to those two concealers if you do wear those concealers. And then on the other side, I'm just going to use my finger and going in with the concealer. So I tend to get a lot of creasing under my eyes depending on how good like my under eyes is moisturised. I do have quite a lot of like fine lines underneath my eyes, and that's I guess due to like having eczema around that area, around like this area. But I found that setting these concealers has worked really well. And now I don't know if you guys can see, it just kind of blends in really nicely with the foundation, and especially for day to day, Latte is something that I would use day to day. It just blends in really nicely with the foundation shade that I've got. I'm going to do some spot concealing around the areas that I just want to cover. Going in with Latte again. Just kind of covered it up really nicely. And where else? I do have a bit of texture around this area. I did scratch my skin, which is really annoying. So now that I've got the concealer in place, I'm going to highlight and contour my face. So again, just so you guys can see how, I guess, the best way to contour using these products, I'm going to use it in two ways. So one going straight in with the contour stick, and then another using a brush and then blending it out. So I'm going to use Caramel to slightly highlight my skin, kind of brighten up my complexion, and just use Truffle to contour my skin. One of the good things about these matchsticks are you can kind of customize your trios. So Truffle is probably ideally someone's concealer colour, so it would blend in really nicely, and it just blended in straight away. On the other side, I'm just going to put some product on the brush and then apply it to my skin, and yeah, it just blended out really nicely and blended really well with the foundation. I don't know if you guys can see that. I hope the camera's picking it up. Again, really happy with the contour sticks. I can imagine this being someone's complexion colour and blending out really beautifully on their skin tone. This is quite subtle. You definitely can build this up. Yeah, I like it. So I thought I'd just show you guys the amount of product that you get in each matchstick. So you get 7.10 grams of product in each matchstick. In comparison to some of the contour and concealer sticks that are currently out there in the market, you do get a lot of product. So now that I've got everything in place, I'm just going to slightly set my under eyes. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder in 3, which is the darkest shade. Now if you, I mean, this isn't dark at all, and I definitely feel like she should expand her range, but I have seen a lot of dark skin YouTubers use this online and it's worked really nicely on them. So if you are looking for like a setting powder or just a powder in general, I would definitely recommend this one. I'm just applying that underneath my nose. Okay, so now that I've set my skin, I'm now going to move on to highlighter. The two highlighters that I was really drawn to were Rum and Cinnamon. But to be fair, I might go back and buy Trophy Wife and is it Kilowatt? I think that's what it is, I could be wrong. Yeah, because I keep thinking about them. Every time I see it on people, I just think, wow, it looks amazing. I think the reason why I didn't get it because I just saw the glitter and that kind of like put me off a little bit, but it just looks so good on everyone, on every skin tone, especially on dark skin. It just looks so nice. I think I might just go back for it and just wear it as like an eyeshadow. But but the two highlighters that I'm going to use today are Rum and Cinnamon. So I'm going to apply Rum and Cinnamon in two different ways. So Rum I'm going to apply on the high points of my cheeks, and Cinnamon I'm going to apply it on my lids. So how I would usually apply these sticks is going straight in with the stick and then going back using my fingers with some more product and then blending any harsh edges out. And then, can you see that? I've gotten so many compliments using this highlighter. It's such a nice highlighter. Look, guys. Okay. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? It's a really nice bronzy champagne gold. And then just on the other side, just so you guys can see what it would look like using a beauty blender product on the beauty blender, I'm just going to apply that. Again, it is very buildable, so if you do like the really stark highlight, you can, I guess, build it up as you go along. But if you do like a really subtle highlight, one stroke will do and you'll be good to go. I'm just going to apply some on the Cupid's bow. See that? I'm going in, just blending it in. And then applying it on the bridge of my nose. Like a really dewy makeup look. You can definitely achieve that with using these matchsticks. I have actually worn this by itself and kind of got a beauty blender and really blended it into my skin and it looks so good. I would definitely recommend that. So really nice gold bronzy highlighter. Taking Cinnamon, I'm just going to apply that on the lids. I find that they don't crease. I'm not too sure why, maybe it's the formula, but I have worn this before on my lids and throughout the whole day it didn't crease. That is a really pretty colour. And I'm just kind of dabbing it on my eyes, I'm not dragging the product. Maybe I should move it closer. If you guys can see that this is what Rum looks like on. And again, I've gotten so many compliments using this colour on my skin. This is what Cinnamon looks like on my skin tone. The really good thing about these matchsticks are they are quite multi-purpose, so you can apply them everywhere on your face and maybe on your body too. Really nice for people who, I guess, say if you're at work and you have somewhere to go after. This on the lids and a bit on the face will look so good. Okay, so I'm just going to finish the eyes and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just put on some mascara and a bit of eyeliner. Now I'm just going to move on to my lips. Thank God, because my lips have been looking really crusty and really dusty throughout this whole video, so I apologise, I'm really sorry. The only lip product in the range is the Gloss Bomb in Fenty Gloss. Now this is the first thing that I saw as she was launching her product. It just looks so good on all the models and I thought, yeah, it's one of those kind of universal colours. Although it has a peachy tone, you don't actually see this on your lips. So I'm just going to give you guys two lip options today. So I'm going to apply this first on the lip just so you guys can see what it looks like by itself. And it smells like peaches. God. Now this is what the lip gloss looks like on by itself. Really nice high shine lip gloss. It's not sticky at all, and that's probably one of the reasons why I don't wear lip gloss, because I don't like the whole stickiness on my lips, but I don't mind it on my eyes. Now I have tried this on my eyelids. I put some on now. Yeah, I'll do a little bit. What I really like about the lip gloss is how big the applicator is. Obviously you don't have to do this, but if you are someone that likes a really glossy lid like I do, I'm going to apply it on my lids. just on top of that cinnamon. So this is what it looks like on the lids. If you do apply this on top of any eyeshadow, it will eventually crease, as it is that kind of consistency. And I think that's one of the beauties about wearing a glossy lid, is that it will crease, but it will crease differently on everyone. So yeah. So this is one lip option. I'm going to give you guys another one. So again, taking the contour stick in Truffle, I'm going to apply that on the lips. So I really generally like to repurpose makeup as much as I can, really get the most out of the products. I feel like with these matchsticks, they are very multi-purpose, so you can use them on different parts of your face and maybe your body too. So going in with this, I'm just going to go straight in. Again, really creamy on the lips. And just to go on top, I'm just going to apply a bit of gloss. So if you do this, I would definitely recommend maybe using a lip pencil, because this is actually quite flat to put on the whole lip if you want a really precise application. So yeah, this is the look. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have been here to the end, please comment a splash emoji. Sorry about the lighting, I will get better at this. I guess my overall thoughts about these products are, they are really nice, packaging is really lovely, and if you are someone who has dry skin and you are worried about purchasing these products, don't be. I have very dry skin and these products have worked really nicely for me. I really hope that the beauty industry sees how important it is to be inclusive by isolating women of colour from your beauty ranges and products and foundations and hair care, and all that will do you no good. Fenty Beauty has just launched and it has already become so successful. It's 2017 and you're still making 2 shades of brown in your collection. Girl, bye.